10 ways to be an ally to the transgender community. Being an ally to the transgender community is a profound and ongoing commitment to supporting, uplifting, and advocating for the rights and dignity of trans individuals. True allyship goes beyond surface-level gestures of solidarity. It involves active learning, self-reflection, and a willingness to challenge societal norms and systems that perpetuate discrimination. The following are 10 in-depth ways you can become a more effective ally to the transgender community, fostering a world where trans individuals can live freely and authentically. Number 1. Educate yourself about transgender issues. The cornerstone of allyship is education. To truly support the transgender community, you must first understand what it means to be transgender and the issues trans people face. Begin by learning about the diversity of gender identities, including non-binary, genderqueer, and gender-fluid experiences. Explore the systemic challenges trans individuals encounter, such as discrimination in healthcare, employment, and education, as well as the social stigma they often face. Books like Transgender History by Susan Stryker and documentaries such as Disclosure provide invaluable insights into trans history and representation. Use online resources like the National Center for Transgender Equality to stay informed about laws and policies affecting the trans community. Importantly, take responsibility for your learning journey and avoid expecting trans individuals to educate you on their struggles or identity. By doing your homework, you demonstrate respect and commitment to understanding their experiences. Number 2, respect and use correct pronouns. Using the correct pronouns is a basic yet crucial way to affirm someone's gender identity. When you meet someone, consider introducing yourself with your pronouns. Hi, I'm Alex, and my pronouns are they, them, to create an open and inclusive environment where others feel comfortable sharing theirs. If you don't know someone's pronouns, ask politely, "What pronouns do you use?" Avoid making assumptions based on appearance, as gender expression doesn't always align with societal stereotypes. Making mistakes is natural, especially as you build this habit, but it's essential to correct yourself without making it a bigger issue than it needs to be. Over-apologizing can shift focus to your feelings rather than the person you misgendered. Instead, apologize briefly, correct yourself, and move on. Practicing pronouns regularly, even when not directly interacting with trans individuals, will help you internalize this respectful behavior. Number 3, challenge transphobia in all its forms. Transphobia can appear in many forms, from blatant discrimination and violence to subtle microaggressions and harmful stereotypes. As an ally, you have a responsibility to confront transphobia whenever you encounter it. This could mean speaking up against derogatory jokes, addressing transphobic comments on social media, or educating others who may perpetuate harmful beliefs. Confronting transphobia can be challenging, especially in situations where it comes from friends or family members. However, your willingness to stand up for trans individuals sends a powerful message of support. When addressing transphobia, approach the conversation with patience and factual information. For example, if someone misrepresents trans identities as a trend, you could share evidence showing that trans people have existed throughout history. Number 4, amplify trans voices and stories. Trans individuals often face underrepresentation or misrepresentation in media and public discourse. One of the most impactful ways to be an ally is to amplify trans voices and share their stories. Follow trans activists, writers, and creators on social media, and support their work by sharing it with your network. For example, figures like Alok Vaid Menon challenge societal norms about gender expression, while Janet Mock's writings provide deep insights into the intersection of race, gender, and identity. Consider supporting trans-led organizations and initiatives that work to empower their communities. Highlight the work of local trans activists or creators who may not have a large platform. By giving visibility to trans voices, you help combat misinformation and create opportunities for understanding and empathy. Number 5, respect privacy and personal boundaries. Many trans individuals experience invasive questions about their bodies, medical history, or transition process. As an ally, It's important to respect personal boundaries and avoid prying into these deeply personal matters unless the individual volunteers to share. Asking questions like, "Have you had surgery?" or "What's your real name?" is not only inappropriate, but also reinforces the idea that their identity requires validation through physical changes. Instead, focus on affirming and respecting their chosen name, pronouns, and how they choose to present themselves. Remember that a trans person's identity is valid regardless of whether they've undergone any medical procedures or legal changes. Respecting privacy demonstrates that you value their humanity over your curiosity. Number 6, use inclusive language in everyday conversations. The language we use shapes the world around us, and using inclusive language is a simple yet powerful way to create spaces where trans individuals feel welcome. Avoid using gendered terms like ladies and gentlemen or sir and ma'am, opting instead for inclusive phrases like everyone or folks. When addressing groups or speaking generally, be mindful of words that reinforce binary gender norms. For example, instead of saying moms and dads, use parents. These small adjustments can make a significant difference in making trans individuals feel included. Consistently practicing inclusive language in your personal and professional life helps normalize these changes and encourages others to do the same. Number 7, advocate for trans rights and protections. Systemic advocacy is a critical part of allyship. Trans individuals face significant legal and social barriers, including limited access to healthcare, discrimination in the workplace, and targeted legislation. Support policies that protect trans people's rights, such as non-discrimination laws and access to gender-affirming care. Get involved by voting for candidates who champion LGBT+ equality, signing petitions, and contacting your representatives to express your support for trans-inclusive legislation. Donating to organizations like the Transgender Law Center or GLSEN can also help fund important advocacy and legal work. Your voice and actions can contribute to creating a society where trans individuals are treated with fairness and dignity. Number 8, support trans mental health and well-being. Trans individuals often face disproportionate mental health challenges, including higher rates of depression, anxiety, and suicidal ideation. These challenges are often the result of societal stigma, discrimination, and lack of access to affirming care. As an ally, you can help by offering emotional support and connecting trans individuals with resources like the Trans Lifeline, a crisis hotline staffed by trans people. Creating a supportive environment means listening without judgment and validating their feelings. Encourage trans individuals to seek out LGBT+ affirming therapists or support groups where they can connect with others who share their experiences. Showing empathy and understanding can have a profound impact on someone's mental health. Number 9, celebrate trans joy and resilience. While it's important to acknowledge the struggles faced by trans individuals, it's equally vital to celebrate their joy, achievements, and resilience. Trans people are not defined solely by their challenges. They lead vibrant, multifaceted lives filled with creativity, love, and pride. Celebrate milestones like coming out, name changes, or personal accomplishments. Participate in events like Trans Day of Visibility, or attend local pride celebrations to show your support. Sharing stories of trans joy and success helps shift narratives away from trauma and highlights the strength and beauty of the trans community. Number 10, commit to lifelong learning and growth. Allyship is not a one-time effort. It's an ongoing journey that requires continuous learning and self-reflection. Be open to feedback from trans individuals and use it as an opportunity to grow. Stay informed about new challenges facing the trans community, such as anti-trans legislation, and adapt your advocacy accordingly. Recognize that mistakes will happen, but what matters is how you respond. Apologize sincerely, learn from the experience, and strive to do better in the future. Regularly reflect on your biases and assumptions to ensure they don't hinder your allyship. Being an ally to the transgender community means standing with them in their fight for equality, respecting their identities, and celebrating their lives. Through education, advocacy, and empathy, You can contribute to creating a world where trans individuals feel valued, supported, and empowered to live authentically. True allyship is about action, taking meaningful steps every day to foster understanding, inclusion, and a commitment to justice.